Is this one of these guys? Maybe better.
Yeah, where'd you get that picture from?
Who's the shooter?
This guy right here at the end.
Okay, can't really see his face, but
you can see if you blow it up.
Yeah. Let me see if I could. You know when I knew you were really the real deal was when I knew somebody who worked for 50. This was like, this person is from Jamaica, that area as well. But we used to always talk, especially in his days with 50 Cent, because he eventually went to jail and then he got out. The internet even took, because, thought it was Hamoo, and then he confirms, like, yeah, it wasn't Hamoo, it was this other guy.
Right.
And that's when I know you were a real deal. Because I know it was something to the effect of that it wasn't Hamoo and his whole thing, and either 50 just didn't know, maybe he got bad intel that it was Hamoo. But when he told me, somebody who used to be in the inner circle with 50 who told me, okay, it wasn't Hamoo, then all right, then I know that you were telling me the truth.
Yeah, no, and we were all confused about it too, because we figured he named himself after a Brooklyn-based thug, right? And he makes his, he's 50 named himself after, I forget 50 Cent's real name, Kelvin something or another.
Right.
Anyway, he knew a lot of people. He was pushing mixtapes. He's traveling around the city. He knows people, and he would know what Hamoo looked like, I'm assuming. And so anyway, when he put that in his lyrics, we were kind of like, doesn't make sense. And then when I saw what this guy, Rob Lyons, looked like, who's the shooter, I was like, man, all I had on him was a driver's license photo. And then finally I got my eyes on him in public and got some good photos of him through some, I used the terrorism section of the LAPD and a paparazzi guy I knew from Beverly Hills who went to a club and took pictures of them. And then, I had some informants look and say, yeah, that's him right there. And then I also had the LAPD's terrorism unit follow them into LAX before they were getting on a plane, got pictures of all the entourage. And so, we started to identify these guys who we only had nicknames on or whatever. And it was interesting times. And you got to use, calling favors from friends and different people and make things happen, because it's so hard to follow these guys around. They're always on the move. They don't move around till late at night. And it's hard getting manpower out late at night with, you need like 7, 8 cars to follow people. So.
Right. Whatever happened to Brooklyn's son? That's his name, right? Brooklyn's son or son?
I only knew him as Son. I don't know if it was supposed to be S-U-N, S-O-N. I just knew it was Son. And his real name was Rob Lyons, Rob Lyons. He's from the Pink Houses. The 50 Cent shooting went down. It was this guy, Godby, that was his 5% name. His real name was Chauncey Milliner. It was Supreme, real name Kenneth McGriff, and Son, real name Rob Lyons. And they got him at 50's grandmother's house. They shot him up. And after they shot him, they took the car to Brooklyn and gave it to a guy and asked him to hide it for them. And the car disappeared. We ended up finding the car later on. It was resold, and it was exactly what our cooperator told us. There was traps in the floorboards where they hid the guns and everything else. So basically, this guy just parked the car on the street somewhere, took the plates off, and the marshals got it for tickets, and they sold it at an auction. But we recovered the car, everything. We never got the guns. We ended up talking to a lot of these guys, and I won't say who, but one admitted to being there and being a part of it. The other one said that, you can come back, and if you ever bring charges down, I'll consider cooperating. So I'm just going to leave it there like that.
So,
but again, if they're going to do the murdering story, guys, what's 50's company? He's got this big production company.
Unit Films?
They're going to start shooting down, I think in Shreveport, Louisiana. They bought like some massive place down there to do television production. And my fear is they're going to do this story and they're going to have these corny FBI agents with suits on. And I'm telling, we had some really good street cops out there following around, and they know a lot of the stories because we used to pull them over and fuck with them once in a while and try to see who was in the cars with them and stuff.
Right.
But, you know, 50 had some bad guys with him, or I shouldn't say bad guys, some capable guys with him. And but he was a victim in our case, and our case was more about the people that shot him, obviously, than what 50 was up to. So, you know, that was where we put our efforts because our case was on Supreme.
Right.
And, but, you know, to start a case and realize the only way you're going to get a prosecution out of this is to really get a RICO case going. And then to have a successful prosecution was, you know, it was a really big deal. If it wasn't for my partner, Tony Castiglia, he was like just all over the case. He was, you know, a real brilliant guy. And we all got in touch with talented people to make that thing happen. And I'm not bragging, but between like me and Tony, without us, that case, none of those things ever would have been prosecuted. There's no way. You know what's funny? The guy who was in the car with 50 Cent, he got arrested for some serious charge. I forget his name. And I went up to see him in state prison, and he was scared shit. He wanted nothing to do with it. He was looking at us like, please, just leave me alone. I want no part of this. So, you know, I always wondered if 50 thought he set him up or whatever, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case.
He did an interview, actually. I'm not sure if you saw it.
No. But yeah, I'd love to talk to that guy because he wanted, you know, and he held strong and he played by the street rules. He wouldn't cooperate with us. He just kind of nodded his head as we were talking to him. But,
J.U. or Jew? Is his name J.U. or Jew?
I don't remember.
Jew. Here's a guy that says he claims he did an interview. This guy?
Man, it's been so long. He looked a lot like that kind of guy. Yeah, had that kind of like a thinner build, not a big guy, not a tall guy. Yeah. He was respectful but quiet as shit. He didn't want to be put in that position.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think he knew. You know,
yeah. He didn't seem when he does his interview and talks, he didn't seem to have no clue what was going on.
Yeah. I wonder if 50, I ever talked to him again or whatever. Like I said, I didn't know anything about the guy. Nobody knew this guy. He obviously had some kind of street rep or whatever. He's hanging out with 50, and he whatever crime he committed, he was doing some good state time on. Oh, yeah? So, but I didn't know anything about the guy, and his name never came up when people started talking about their involvement in it. So,
his son still alive, or is he?
The last I heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, I heard that he moved out to LA and he stayed out there. And then I hear once in a while that maybe he's still with Murder Inc. or with, you know, whatever they are now. You know what I mean? I mean, I think Murder Inc.'s pretty much dead. So,
right.
But yeah, those guys, I don't think they really do much of anything. They talk about doing films. They're going to do Supreme's life story and stuff. You know, but I never see anything happen. They've been talking about that for 10 years. So
right. Now, there's a picture you saw on your Instagram. Is this one of these guys? Maybe it's better.
Yeah, where'd you get that picture from?
It's on me. I'm on your Instagram.
Oh, that's my Instagram?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Let me back up.
Yeah.
Is these who's the shooter?
This guy right here at the end.
Okay. Can't really see his face, but
you can see if you blow it up.
Yeah. Let me see if I could focus on.
I hope he's showing the right guy.
Right. This guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. There's probably a better picture I have, but actually, a paparazzi, a guy named E.L. Woody. Actually, I called him. I said, "Hey, I just got a tip that this guy Ja Rule is with a guy I'm looking at, but I don't have a good picture of him. Could you just take a picture of everyone coming out of the club?" And I think that might have been a club out in LA called Lotus. And so Woody went out and took some photos, and they were so big that he couldn't email them to me. So I had to he sent me a disc, and then I asked the LAPD to follow them the next day from LAX when I heard they were getting on a plane. So But yeah, that's the first time we got, for sure, he was identified after that as being the guy who goes by the name Son. So,
Right. You kind of got spooked when I got up and showed you the picture.
I'm like, where'd you get that from? Shit. I didn't, because if I put something on my Instagram, nobody knows who it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's my friends looking at it. But I do have another Instagram that my kid's been running for me. I'm going to have to get all those pictures up there so you can have easier access to it.
Right.